Hey guys, today is Tuesday, February 6th. Last y'all knew we were working on getting the car started Sunday. We ran into a problem with the steering. We had to get it where it would the steering wheel would kind of roll up a little bit like that for me because it was rubbing my legs. I could deal with it right there, but it would have been better if it could get raised up. So we raised it up. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like right now. So this is how it looks now. Before it was just a little bit straighter. Daddy had to put a Heim in it in a U-joint. You can see it right there. So that made it come up like that a little bit more. Made it tilt up, so now it's not rubbing my legs. We're gonna work on getting the car finished wiring it. We're going to yeah. So we have gotten the carburetor put on. We have gotten the fuel system ran. That's one big thing that we've gotten done. We wired the switches. So all we have to do, what we're going to do today is we're going to put battery connectors on the battery, run the battery lines or cables over to the motor. We're going to put headers on it, get the radiator in, and we might be able to crank it today. If not, it will be tomorrow or the next day. So we have a couple things to do, so it should be a pretty good video. Okay guys, so we're going to put you in time-lapse mode. First thing we're going to do, we're going to raise the car up and then start getting measurements for the battery cable. Okay guys, so right now we are putting the car in the air right now. Daddy just went to the back of the table to start cutting the battery cable. We measured it. I just brought the radiator in, getting ready to put that in, lowered the car so I could do it. I brought it over there, getting ready to put it on. Daddy told me not to put it in. Probably the best bet, so I didn't scratch it up. Right there, Daddy just tapped the holes because we had them tapped before, but powder coat got in them. So we done that. I had troubles getting the radiator on the bolts in by myself. Daddy came over there, helped me pick it up. We just brought it back up. I'm tightening it up. Daddy has the battery cable right now. He is putting the connector on and stuff right now. I'm taking bolts off the top of the radiator that we had for our old support system. We're not going to use that this year. Going to do something a little new because it's a new car, different holes that we can have. Right there, we were putting the hoses onto the radiator to the motor, and antifreeze was still in the hoses. It spilled everywhere. I went over there and cleaned it up. Right now, we're tightening the hoses. I'm trying to find jugs to put water in. I just cleaned the funnel out. We were trying to figure out what was in the antifreeze jug. It was water, but it smelled weird, so I just put water in. I just went to go clean it up because I spilled a lot. So after that, I'm walking around figuring out what else I can do. Daddy's back there finishing up the battery cable. One thing I wanted y'all to know was every 30 seconds in real time is 1 second in this time lapse. So this was about an hour and 15 minutes of working in the shop. So it was a lot of working. It doesn't look like we got a lot of work done, but that makes it we were closer to running right there. So right now I'm trying to help Daddy over there with the battery cables. We walking around trying to find something that he needs. So okay guys, so I just want to let y'all know right here we're quiet. You can hear a little bit of mumbling. So what we're doing right here is we're putting the headers on. We didn't want to keep y'all on time lapse for too long because it was just silence. Time lapse won't pick up any sound. So we're fixing to tell y'all what we're doing, and we're tightening up the bolts right now. So I'll let y'all listen now.
Where's the rest of the bolt?
Right here. Is this started? Okay. We're putting the headers on the car right now. We're putting them on and getting ready or going to try to crank it up. So right now Daddy's tightening it with the impact. This is the driver's side headers. After we get them on, we'll put the passenger on and then get ready for the next step. Alright, so Daddy's, what you doing, Daddy?
Tightening this one bolt I couldn't get to with the impact. Trying to get your headers that you're so excited about on here.
Yeah, they look good. We used to have to run headers that would come out right here and then they go straight down and under the cockpit, and it was pretty much blowing the fumes up into the cockpit. We couldn't get these headers to fit on our car, so we were able to get it fitting where it would fit on this car. So I'm happy, excited about that because they look really good. And yeah.
Supposed to be a little better for the motor.
Yep. They all shiny.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Just get them all in and I'll tighten them.
Yep. Just try to get them a couple. Try to get them a couple turns. This one like needs to be raised.
We might have to loosen it up a little. Get it.
It's like in the gasket. Yeah, I think it is.
Tighten up, you start and pick up this one.
Tighten up the bolts here. We're tightening up the bolts here, so we're not getting them super tight because you gotta make sure all of them line up first before you tighten them all. After that, we'll start to tighten them, and yeah, let's see.
We'll get it started before long.
Yeah, try to get it started tonight. Was you able to get that one? You can't really see it no matter what I do. So now we're tightening them. We got all of them in. So I'm gonna start going one by one, tightening them, making sure that or getting them tight. We know that they're not tight. These are probably every race car is easy to it's easy to get this stuff until you get to the parts like this, where there's a whole bunch of bars in it, or there's a whole bunch of bars in the way. back one more time on them. Bless you. Alright, so we got the header on it. The header's on it, passenger side, and then we have the driver's side on it. Like I said, they look really good. So I'm gonna try to get some fuel in it and try to crank it up. Okay, so we're fixing to put the gear on the transmission and get ready to crank it up. So we've already put one of these bottles in there. We're gonna put another one. It's not gonna completely fill it up, but we're gonna get it enough where we can crank the car for now. Yeah, it might.
I think it's gonna take a little more than that, but I can't remember.
Yeah, it filled it up. Well, change of plans. It filled it up, so I'm fixing to get a paper towel right here. Wipe it up, and then we get it tight, and then we should be ready to crank it.
I put the fuel in first.
Check that bottom plug or bolt or whatever it is too, Will. One on the bottom looks like it had a drop of oil on it.
Nah.
One plug, ain't no green plug or nothing.
Then he's gonna have to come check it, make sure that it's tight, but
Alright, get all the oil wiped up and I'll come check it.
that's as tight as I can get it.
That's tight.
Wipe the oil under the rack up and then
Oh, I didn't see that down there. Okay, guys, we got gas in it. Next step is start trying to get it ready to crank. Okay, guys, so we're going to crank it. So first problem we ran into was we clicked the starter button to start it, and the starter wasn't wanting to jump out onto the flywheel and crank it. So we went and took a starter off of one of our motors that we have in the back, brought it over here, put it on. We got it to crank up. It built oil pressure, and we hurried up and shut it back off because, as you can tell, I was gonna say something about it, but while we were putting the headers on, so the oil filter, as you can tell, it's smushed in. So what happened there was we were before we were test fitting the car, because we had to put motor mounts in and stuff. While we were doing it, we had a crane up on top of us. The cable on it broke. It came down, and it smushed that. So we thought it was gonna be good because it didn't leak any at all while it was sitting.
enough to test.
We thought it was gonna be good enough to test run it, and we cranked it. It built oil pressure, shut it off, and then we looked down, and it just poured oil everywhere. I cleaned it all up, or enough of it up that I could get, and there's still a lot down there, but it just poured oil out. So we're gonna get an oil change for it tomorrow, change the oil, and hopefully be able to crank it. So will you guys please like, subscribe, share, stay tuned. We are almost about to crank the motor, or well, we almost did. So we're gonna get oil changed tomorrow, get it changed, hopefully have it cranking tomorrow and have it running and show you guys.